The tower moment that led to my soul codes being unlocked at a next level. This story is wild. Almost 2 years ago, I had a full-on tower moment. Yes, like tarot. It was during eclipse season, and I had to make one of the hardest business decisions that I've ever had to make. It was actually an easy decision. It was hard and it was easy all at the same time. Like, the duality of this is freaking wild. So this conversation could not wait. I'm going to be drinking my pre-workout as I am chatting with you. I'm getting ready to go into the gym. I was like feeling called to leave early, and then I had this huge download. I was like, this can't wait. This conversation needs to be had right now. So I remember so clearly almost 2 years ago having full-blown panic attacks, anxiety on the regular after not having anxiety for years. I healed that shit. And what was happening was I had made a decision. So let me not get ahead of myself. I was having full-blown panic attacks. I remember 1 a.m., hyperventilating, bawling on the shower floor, and my husband getting in and lifting me up and trying to get me to breathe. I felt like the livelihood of my business, I was safe, but my mind was perceiving that I was not safe. And it was in that season that I knew, oh, this makes me so emotional. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that this is where I rise. That the gasoline had been poured on somebody that already knew her power. But the power and the full potential had not been quite unlocked yet. And I knew that this decision that I made, which was to walk away from a piece of my business that was generating 6 figures inside of my healing company, to stay in alignment with my morals, ethics, and values. There was a situation, I'm not going to go into details, but there was a situation that had been going on, and I had been seeing it for months, and then all of a sudden it just came full frontal right in front of me, and I was like, oh, hell no. I am not in alignment with this at all, and there's no way I can stand behind or next to this, what was happening. And so, to stay in alignment with my morals, ethics, and values, and my own brand and my own integrity, I walked away. And it was the best decision. I knew it was. And I knew me in my heart that it was right. I was consulting obviously with my husband. I was talking with lawyers as well. And it was just the right decision to do. But it didn't come without, of course, like a season. I took almost a month off of posting on social media. I was taking care of my clients and doing what I needed to do behind the scenes. But I was in the middle of a launch for the Rising Phoenix. Like, there were so many different things going on. So what I didn't expect on the other side of this was that my soul codes were going to be unlocked at a next level, that my gifts were going to be amplified even more. I had no idea that was going to happen. I just knew I needed to walk away to stay integrity with my morals, ethics, and values. And I also knew there's no fucking way I could sit down and meditate. I love meditating. I always recommend having some kind of meditative practice that's in alignment for you, because there's so many benefits. I don't need to tell you that, you already know. But because my nervous system had been disruptive, say that differently. My nervous system had been disrupted at such a big level, I guess, is the words that are coming, but that's not even what I want to say. But my nervous system had really been disrupted, so much so that, and the sensations of anxiety were in my body, and the constant unhelpful thoughts were coming in, and the fears were just continuously flooding sensations to my body, trying to get me to go do something. Meditation was not it. When you're in a high fight or flight state, meditation is not the thing that you need. And it's like, there's no fucking way I could just sit there. There's no way. I need to go do something with this energy. And this is when I discovered, the subconscious reprogramming. And you hear me talk about all the time I was already doing subconscious reprogramming, but we're integrating our RT perspective into it now. And this is when I discovered that. And this is part of the reason why I feel so passionate about integrating it into my own coaching programs, which it's in everything I do. And I was like, I need to go do something with this energy, but there was nothing for me to do. What I needed was to have access to my intuition. I needed to have access to the logical steps to take. And I was constantly having to calm my fucking nervous system down to be able to take those steps. But here's what happened. And I don't believe that something as traumatic, my mind perceived it as a traumatic event. How I feel today, and even how I felt after my first session with some RRT perspective, it blew my mind, and I've felt neutral around it ever since. And then any other string that needs to be pulled, I have a session around it, or I do the work myself because I know how to do it for myself. And so I didn't expect that walking away from that was going to be what unlocked my soul code. So I want to share with you what happened, because there's this big thing that's around the spiritual community where it's in order to unlock your spiritual gifts and abilities, in order to unlock your soul codes, there's a dragonfly. There's so many dragonflies in San Antonio. It's wild. There's another one. So cool. Okay, so that you need to have one, time, and two, that you need to meditate more, or you need to clear your third eye chakra more, or open up your crown chakra more. And I'm calling bullshit on that. No. Yes, it's useful. Yes. Meditate. I want you to meditate. Yes, have a meditative practice that feels in alignment for you. I want you to do the chakra clearing, but if we're ignoring the lower chakras, especially the lower three, we're missing an opportunity to clear out what's anchoring you down so you can vibrate higher. How you vibrate higher is not more third eye work and through third eye chakra and crown chakra work is through liberating yourself from the lower frequencies that have been weighing you down so you can fly free. It's not through doing the meditation. It's through aligned action. It's through doing it and trusting that the answers are going to come. It's receiving the download, or it's oh, I can do this thing now. Let me just do it. So in that season, I knew there's no fucking way I was going to be able to sit down and meditate my way to feeling peace. And I wasn't grasping at straws, but I knew that the gasoline had been poured, but not in a way where I was pissed off, though I was annoyed at the situation. I was actually now I'm just whatever, but then I was pissed at the situation, and I was mad, and I was fearful, and I was feeling everything. But I stood in a deep core and soul knowingness that something was going to come from this. Something was going to show up on the other side of it. I just knew through the tears. I'm one day I'm going to have a mic in my hand and I'm going to talk about this. One day I'm going to be that inspiration for other people, that when shit hits the fan, when you have a full-on tower moment, that you are going to rise. You will rise. Your rise is inevitable. I promise you, your rise is inevitable. I'm going to be writing about this and spreading this message all over the world, that it gets to be radically different, that you can go through something and yet still you rise. And so through this time, I wasn't meditating. However, I was doing healing the intention was to calm my nervous system down. And once I got to that space where I was okay, I discovered like that grounded spiritual approach that you hear me talking about all the time. You're a high vibrating soul having a human experience. You cannot bypass the subconscious mind. You cannot bypass it. So I was combining my spiritual tools and abilities. I was combining the energetics mastery and all the work that I knew how to do. I was combining the energy healing with quantum illumination Reiki. And at that time, I didn't have all the keys yet. And I was combining the subconscious reprogramming, and all of a sudden, it just unlocked. And the rest of quantum illumination Reiki poured through. It was wild. I was just sitting and I could not stop writing. Everything was channeling through, and I was like, it was this. Did I want to go through that fucking situation to get to here? Hell no. But I knew that by staying in alignment with my morals, ethics, and values, by staying in alignment to my truth, to my soul's truth, that something was going, like there was going to be a lesson, or there's going to be a message on the other side. And that's when the soul codes unlocked. That's when quantum illumination Reiki was fully came through. And it was at that point I was like, we're not waiting around. My spirit team, even before I had all of the keys, they were like, you need to only be using this style of Reiki, and you need to let your clients know this is what it is that you're using. And so I asked permission from all my clients at that point. So almost 2 years ago, I was like, hey, you know, I've been channeling this thing. I have not put it into the world. I've been using it a little bit within like the other styles of Reiki that I was trained in. However, I've not only used this style. Can we just play? And they were all like, heck yes, like, let's go. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. And so I share this with you today to remind you that you don't need another meditation. And so you don't need to, let me say this differently. I share this with you today to remind you that you don't need another meditation. You don't need another third eye chakra clearing. You don't need to open up your crown chakra even more. You already know you have these abilities. You already know you have your abilities. You're doing it in some way, shape, or form. You may not have full clarity on it, but I promise you, when you start using it, that's when the clarity comes. I was recording a TikTok video yesterday. I don't know if I put it up yet or not. I can't remember if that was the one I put up yesterday. My handle is the same on all platforms. So I share some really fun stuff on TikTok too. So go be besties with me over there too. So the conversation is, you're already doing it. The clarity comes from the aligned action, not through meditating your way to it, not through asking your spirit guides for one more sign, because I already tried that. The reason why I'm like help, like knock, knock, your soul is calling, open the door and do your abilities. Like, just take that divine feminine energy and now let's put it into divine masculine energy, because I have been there and I spent almost 2 years, let's see, about 1.5 years. I'm trying to think of the timeline. I want to say it was around 1.5 years, like, I wonder if this is going to come through. I wonder if this is going to come through. Well, freaking just use it. Once I started using it, then the rest of it flew through. And that's true. I see this all the time with the healers that I work with inside of my programs. And this is true time and time again. And this is true with anything that you do. You can sit around and think about it, but when you actually get up and utilize what it is, that tool is that you have, that's when the confidence is built, right? The confidence isn't built on game day. The confidence is built through the practice leading up to it. Athletes, I don't know why I'm seeing like volleyball right now, so I don't know if that's going to resonate. I don't know who that needs to hear that, but like you like have this interest in volleyball. You're like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to play volleyball? And then you're like, okay, I'm going to try out for volleyball, or you go ahead and sign up for the team for volleyball, whichever the situation is, and then you start practicing. You're not an expert, or you're not even that great when you first start playing, but you get better, and you get better, and you get better. In each practice, you show up, you follow your love for the passion for the game, the excitement for the game of volleyball, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing. And you continue to practice, and you get better, and you get better, and you get better. And your skills get better, and you get better, and you get better. Until game day, and then it's boom, game on. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in what I'm doing. I mean, that's just a sports analogy, but that's literally anything. You didn't come out of the womb knowing how to ride a bike. You learned how to roll over. You learned how to crawl. You learned how to walk. You learned how to run. You learned how to ride a tricycle or a big wheel. You learned how to ride a bicycle with training wheels. And then you fell over probably quite a few times until you learned how to ride your bike with 2 wheels. Like, your spiritual abilities are literally no different. And when you start integrating that aligned action and trusting your intuition, this is the intuition, those intuitive hits, go do it. And let the trust build. This is going to create that mind-soul connection. And when you are in the energy of play, when you are in the energy of utilizing your abilities, your innate soul gifts, this is where that one, the confidence is unlocked, but also the clarity comes in, and your soul codes start unlocking even more too. Your soul codes are innate and unique and imprinted on your soul that are different from everybody else, what everybody else does. They are unique to you. Some of the things that my clients can do, I'm like, oh my God, you are so cool. You are so cool. And so what aligned actions do you need to take? What is it that you are trying to meditate your way to, or journal your way to, or ground your way to, or ask your spirit guides your way to? What abilities do you have? And then you're like, is it safe? I don't know. Is it safe? And I'm inviting you to come out of the healer closet. Start utilizing your abilities. Start building the evidence in which it actually works and how powerful you are. If you're noticing even more powerful gifts, because I know some of you already have a business, start tapping into those. Start asking your clients, hey, I'm doing this thing now. I can do this thing. Can I integrate it into our coaching experience? I'm almost guaranteeing that they're going to say yes. Every single time I have this new ability that comes in, I'm like, I can do this thing now. You want to try it? And they're always like, yes. Because it's not about me. It's about them. It's about the way that I serve and support them. And it's always a benefit for them. And like even last night on our Evolution membership call, I was like, so I do this thing now. I started doing like plucking when I'm doing healing sessions. Not all the time. I'm not called to it all the time. And then like pulling out, like I'll start like seeing strings, and I'll like start to pull it and to like unravel it. And so I'm like, so I do that. So it might come up on a reel or whatever. It might not. I don't know. I was creating a cord cutting video the other day. Actually yesterday. I haven't posted it on TikTok yet, but I was recording it. And I was like, honestly, I was so in the zone when I was recording this video. In my mind, I saw me pulling a string and cutting it, and I think that I did it on the video, but I don't know if I did or not, because I was so in the zone of the energy that was coming through, or that I was utilizing, that I don't know if I actually did it, but that's what I saw in my mind's eye. But anyway, I digress. What is one thing that will feel good to have done and is possible to do? I'm not asking you to go from 0 to 1,000. I'm not asking you to go from kind of teetering in and out of the healer closet or the witchy closet to full on walking out with broomstick in hand, slamming the mother effing door, hopping on that broom and flying into the full moonlight. Like, I'm saying, what are you feeling called to do today? How can you use your ability a little bit more today? How can you tap into that soul code just a little bit more today? This is exactly the kind of thing that we are working on inside of the Coven. This is a 6-week portal to unleash your inner magic. We're literally going to be healing the parts of your nervous system that have you hiding and playing small, that have you teetering in and out of the healer closet, so that you can step into your power. We're going to be creating amplification and even more clarity on the abilities that you already know that you have. And then we're also going to be tapping into your soul codes, whether you know them or not. We're going to be tapping into them and getting into the energy of play. So we're clearing out and we're creating that clarity. So through October 7th, when you sign up, You also get access to my program called Alchemize as a bonus. And this is, remember when I talked about subconscious reprogramming, your high vibrating soul having a human experience, the subconscious mind cannot be bypassed. This is the program that is RRT based. I also infuse quantum illumination Reiki in it. And so you push play, lean back, and I do the healing for you. This is going to be shattering the barriers of your subconscious mind so that you can alchemize your power. And what it is this is language that speaks directly to your subconscious mind through specific language, through visuals, through hypnosis, around topics like imposter syndrome, people pleasing, creating boundaries, lack of clarity, it shouldn't have happened or shouldn't be happening, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, all of it. It is gold. So you get access to that for free. The Coven starts on October 15th. So if you just DM me the word Coven, and I will send the information your way. What else do you need to know? I've been talking about this a little bit in my stories, but we are privately rolling out the Quantum Illumination Reiki certification program. And there's an option to join the Lair, which is the VIP behind the scenes pre-party. So that link is in my bio. You can sign up and join that for free. And you can get all the ins and outs of exactly what quantum illumination is, how it's changing the healing industry, how it is that we're creating our own healing industry, and how you can be part of it as well. And through the 7th, you can bundle it with the Coven. So let me know if you have any questions at all. DM me the word Coven. Remember, one thing that will feel good to have done and is possible to do, it's time to step out of the witchy closet. It's time to step out of the broom closet. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.